Meanwhile, behind this battle, we have another one for fourth place happening between Bob Shear's Burbank Plating Mini Cooper S and Tom Lepper's Spoon Sport OPAC Racing Acura TSX.
And Shear makes the same mistake we just saw Chittum make. And Lepper's through. I've run this track many times, and that turn is very tricky. The camber throws you off, and there's always lots of dust on the track offline. It's a decreasing radius turn on top of it. You want to go deep because your eyes are telling you to go deep, but there's not much grip out there. You can easily lock a wheel, so you have to be extremely careful. One small mistake, and this is what can happen. When I was racing, I would always be extra cautious there. I braked a little bit earlier than I wanted to, just to be safe. Because if you go offline, 2 cars, 3 cars will go by you. But if you stay on your line, you go a little bit slower, whoever wants to pass you has to go offline, and so nobody can, so at least you're safe. Always play it safe, otherwise something like this can happen.
So being at Buttonwillow, it's a unique experience. It's not a highly technical track, but it's a track that you need to memorize. There's not a lot of markers for you to lock into on each corner, and without very much grade change, that makes it a little hard for the drivers to understand what they need to do turn after turn, lap after lap.
Yeah, and the other thing about this place is that there's wind here and there's a lot of dust offline. So every lap, the dust can blow on the track, and from one lap to the other, you cannot be consistent. The grip you had now to the right this turn, you may not have next lap.
This is a good point. The corner workers are not going to be throwing the yellow flags.
Whoa. Simmons is slowing down. Looks like he's got a transmission problem. He can't find gears. And look at it. Chittum's getting him. Chittum's going to pass him. Simmons is just coasting to a stop.
There's got to be something wrong.
There he is. This is just when things were going right for Simmons. He was in second place, trying to get on first place. Now look at that. He's on the side of the road, parked next to the tow truck.
Driver out of the car.
And look
at
this. Now Lepper goes off in the dirt. He just passed Shear and he's off in the dirt. But looks like, and now, oh my God!
Well, there's the dust. That's what you were talking about. Holy cow!
And now, our leader, Andrie Hartanto. Look at it from in car. We got a replay. Andrie is going through the S's, brakes, downshifts, and all of a sudden the thing just snaps around. And look at the car just
I would not want to be him cleaning that up. What happened
here? You can't even see what you're doing in here. So he goes from the lead back down to. Can he continue? Is he even? I guess he can continue. Yeah, he's continuing. That's good. He didn't break anything. Didn't look like he hit anything. But he's going. And now Chittum, who went from first to third, went to second.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden he finds himself in the lead. Now he's first. Look at that. Chittum has a mile advantage on everybody else.
Oh, he's probably doing the happy dance right now.
Yeah.
So following Chittum, who do we have following Chittum?
Following Chittum, we have Andrie, who's moving off, and look at him. He's pushing that car hard.
Look at the dust.
He is angry. He's driving. He's going to be turning some fast laps because he's probably so mad with himself for making that mistake.
Okay, so Chittum.
So Chittum in the Le Mans karting BMW, leading the pace right now, and then we have Andrie trying to catch up and setting another fast lap in the process, trying to catch up with him. The only thing is there enough time to catch Chittum?
So as we were saying, the dust at this track can really throw a driver for a curve. And as you saw in Hartanto's car, he may have been able to start off out of that spin a little bit sooner, but couldn't because the dust had to settle. I couldn't see where he was going. I'm sure he couldn't either.
Well, what was amazing was that he even moved. I mean, you start to get going. How do you know there's no oncoming car coming that's going to hit you? You can't even see the turn workers with all that dust. But as we were saying, the dust here can play havoc on your strategy because Hartanto thought everything is great, I'm gonna win, and next just one bad move, and the dust just threw him off, and the car slid off the track.
And that was all she wrote on that one. Now hopefully Hartanto is picking up the pace, and he's out to get Chittum. I'm sure he's going to catch up and close that gap a little bit, and we're going to see that as we go through these laps. But boy, the cleanup he's going to have, the news from from Simmons. What happened? Was it transmission like we were hearing in his in-car? I don't know.
Yeah, Simmons, a bad transmission. He just couldn't get a gear. It just got a box of neutrals, basically. So,
nice.
So that's actually, that with one race to go, that basically tosses any chance that Simmons had for a championship. Because in order to get the championship, he had to get some points today, but now his points or dreams are out the window.
Look at this. The gap is closing. Hartanto here, following Chittum. What are we, 3 car lengths here?
Well, it's not surprising because Hartanto's been setting fast lap after fast lap, trying to catch up to Andrie. You know, Hartanto has been super fast, but sometimes he just cannot crank it up. Like when we had the lead over Simmons, he couldn't build a big enough gap. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have been in this position. But now that he is, it's good. His car's.
Well, you know, that's racing. Racing is racing, and these are the things that happen.
Oh, here he goes.
Oh, the pass. Let's see if he can make it
He's
stick.
going in the outside of there. Oh, he's going into Talladega, and looks like he made the pass. So Hartanto back in the lead. What a move! Now, here we go. Here's the view from the outside. There he goes. He just made the move. So obviously, Hartanto's car still working well. No problems from that spin.
Yeah, that dust bath he took.
He probably can see where he's going. Did you notice how Hartanto does not have any wipers on his car? Because who would have thought you need wipers? It's not going to rain today in the desert.
It's raining dirt in the desert today.
Yeah, raining dirt, yeah. He probably thought, I'm going to save some extra weight off the car and take off the wipers, less aerodynamic drag.
Our drivers have just received the white flag. That's our last lap flag, so we're going to see how things are going to pan out on this lap. Chittum's closing that gap. He's still got a chance. I mean, everything changes. We know that. We've seen it on the show this week.
Well, one more turn to go. Doesn't look good for Andrie, but whoa, look at that. He's pushing hard. He gets sideways coming out of there, but there's the checkered flag. And Andrie becomes our first 2-time winner this year. Andrie Hartanto in the red zone performance. Acura TSX, our first 2-time winner of the season.
And both Curt and Andrie went sailing by, got up, and we got back by Curt, and then Andrie had a little problem. We got back by him, and then he came back pretty strong at the end. It was just an insane full tilt race the entire time. No saving the car, no saving the brakes, just going 10 tenths the entire time.
Step for you?
Make sure I finish the last race. I don't have to win. I have to make sure I finish. I have to make sure that there's no tech glitches, and that's what I'm driving for, is to make sure I win that championship.
Okay, so we had up until this race a different winner for every single race. Now you have broke that streak. You won 2 times in a row. So what are you going to do to make it up to us?
Well, I watched Alonso race and did the back-to-back win last night, so I thought I'm going to try to do the same feat.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in again next time when we'll bring you another exciting episode of Final Drive TV with the latest news from the world of cars. For more information and to view complete episodes, please visit us at finaldrive.net.